want to tell you now that this is what I have to offer, and you will never be able to touch it again because...
This woman brought her ex a show to take revenge, and she ended up fighting with his fiancée.
Are you surprised?
No, it's pretty much who I figured it was going to be, but I don't feel that I'm really missing out on anything because I have a very beautiful...
Oh, you have a fiancée and she's here today? Hi. What do you want to say to Desiree? Stand up.
Get over it.
People date. You guys didn't even date. You admit it. I mean, you dated, but you never had a relationship, obviously. So just get over it. Move on with your life.
I am on with my life.
I know, that's great. So why did you have to bring him on the show type?
Because I wanted to show him exactly what he's missing out on.
He's not missing out on nothing, babe, because he's got me. Thank you.
Brought him on the show to waste his time. But he's putting his time into something real.
80s weren't perfect, but I'll tell you what they didn't have. There were no safe spaces. There were no trigger warnings. And there were no fucking peanut allergies. Well, why? Because for thousands of years, the only people who could have children were ones who could hunt for food, build shelter, and fight saber-toothed tigers. Now, there are people having kids who can't eat wheat. Oh, but Christina, it's an allergy. You don't know. Well, I do know. I ain't fucking a guy that's scared of toast. Yeah. Let me tell you something. My favorite question when I go to a restaurant is when
She is absolutely spot on. First funny woman in comedy I've seen.
My name is Elizabeth. I am 27. I am a full-time mom, a dancer, and a OF creator.
You have one kid, two kids? How many kids do you have?
4 kids.
4 kids? All the same father or different fathers?
Different fathers.
For all 4?
Yes.
What?
Is that like hard to manage at times? Like, do you find that difficult?
I honestly only have to deal with 2 of them.
So 2 of the fathers are not really in the picture. 2 are.
Yeah.
Do you want more kids?
No,
or?
my tubes are tied.
Tubes are tied?
Yeah, I was
Okay.
supposed to have them tied after my daughter.
How old did you say you were?
I'm 27.
So you had your first kid at like 18?
Yeah.
So how's that been?
I'm a single mom of 4. 3 of my kids have autism.
3 of them
3.
have autism.
Diagnosed. And then my daughter has like medical issues on top of that.
And you pay your bills with OF and stripping, essentially?
Yeah, with OF, I'm not as active on OF as I should be, financially like I should be. I just recently started dancing, which has been paying my bills. One of the kids' dad, the oldest, he's on child support when he chooses to be. And then the baby's dad helps me a lot.
Sometimes I pity myself for living a simple life with no wife or kids, and then I see shit like this and I feel like I'm winning. Conservatives arguing against abortion has to be the biggest own goal, because women like this are the ones who'll be aborting their kids, not a stable, traditional wife.
How come every time somebody says it's better to wait until you're married before you have kids, people are always like, well, he can still leave you even if you're married. He can still leave you even... Duh! The same way you can still die in a car accident even if you have your seatbelt on, but it's probably still a good idea to put that seatbelt on when you get in the car, right? Marriage protects you and gives you benefits that being a baby mama does not.
True.
So if you want to be a baby mama, that's your call. You're grown. You can do whatever you want. But stop trying to make women who want to wait until they're married before they have kids sound like they're crazy.
Somebody said that's too much commitment, and having a child together is that's the most insane thing. Like, oh no, I can't commit to somebody. You're committing to a child with them. You're gonna see them for the rest of your lives if you have a baby together. Cognitive dissonance. It is literally insane. Somebody else said, my thought process has always been the reason we aren't married is probably the reason we shouldn't have a kid. Wow, common sense.
It's amazing how some people feel more comfortable having a kid together than getting married.
Male or female?
Neither. They, them.
What?
That's their pronoun.
Okay, so how many were there?
Oh my God, 1, you idiot. They're non-binary.
So does non-binary have a hole or a pole? We just need to clarify.
They who? Who them? Where why? Who's who? Who's who? They, them, or who?
We're having pronoun trouble again.
I was just violently attacked.
By who?
By her.
We were just arguing.
She used offensive and violent language that violated my rights as an individual!
You all right, love? Keep going. Go. We've zapped 3 of them this morning. They're everywhere today. Were they white?
No.
Were they black?
No, colour doesn't matter, you bigot.
Were they fat?
That's body shaming, sorry.
What do they look like?
A human. That's who you're getting from me, you pig.
Okay, witness says we're looking for an angry, BO-smelling, pink-haired dog.
Genius. Thanks for being honest about the stupidity of the world.
I do get asked for dates, but I'm never interested in those dates. I'm their bro friend, but I'm not their girlfriend.
I'm sorry, did you tell me your name?
Yeah.
What was your name?
You forgot?
Maybe we should go for a beer and talk about it.
Don't you dare call me bro. I break your head, I promise.
Have you finished berating me in public?
No, I'm really here for the question of attraction because it never lasts.
Well, I was just flirting with you and you shouted at me.
You forgot my name. I'm not interested suddenly.
But why did you use that opportunity to get angry with me?
I'm not angry with you. I'm letting you know.
We could have had such a little fun flirt right now. That energy you had with me when you were having a bit of a go at me, I just want you to channel it slightly differently. If you had just said, you don't remember, and I said, no, I'm so sorry. You said, I'm going to tell you, but you better make that up to me. Now we have tension.
He so politely showed her how she is her own worst enemy.
Here's the thing that I want to let women know. And I think this is, especially here in the West, the United States, etc. You know, we tell women that they can have it all. They can get a career, they can make this money, they could be a boss, and then while doing all of that, they can attract a man on their caliber that's also a boss that's going to be okay with them being a boss and them working together in some kind of partnership, as you would say. And I'm here to tell you guys, nope, that's not the way the world works, okay? Men that are successful, hypermasculine, competitive, etc., they're going to want a feminine, submissive woman. And the problem is that so many women want to be married, but they don't want to necessarily be wives. And the reality is this, as a wife, by default of definition of your title, you are in a support role. You are to augment that man's castle and help him with what he has going on. So if you want to be a wife, you're going to have to concede and give up certain things to help that man excel. Because here's the reality. When a man's in a leadership position and thriving, you're going to thrive as a byproduct of being with him. But if a woman is in a leadership position, as you were describing earlier, where you're thriving, you don't want that guy to thrive with you. You're going to find a man that can compete with you. That's the difference between men and women. Women are incapable of leading men, typically, especially if they're of lower socioeconomic status than themselves. Men, though, are okay with that. Women don't like to share their excess resources. Men are built to do it.
Look at the somber faces. It makes me laugh.
Does that make sense for you as far as like why divorce is inherently more risky for men?
I just feel like you're saying because women tend to be the person who initiates a divorce, correct?
Yes.
That's why it's riskier for men. But why do women tend to end divorces? With successful men that have money, they cheat.
She said it earlier.
They do all these things that women don't want to put up with.
She said it earlier. It's
so
a feeling.
why?
Feelings change from day to day.
Yeah. So I could have been in love with the person at the moment, but if that person is no longer treating me well just because we're married, I have to say no.
That's the point.
Because he can't be a good husband.
So as a man,
that's all I'm asking.
If I marry you and you decide, you know what, he's not the guy I thought he was anymore, I'm leaving. You take half my stuff, and maybe.
So is there no risk without reward?
So what?
You married me, right?
No. So once again, this is why
you wanted to marry me.
Don't want to get married.
Thought you loved me enough that it would be worth it to you to marry me and take the risk.
Hold on, stop the show. You just basically admitted it with your own words. Why guys don't get married?
Her two brain cells fought very valiantly to come up with that statement.
Totally agree with what you just said. The lies that were kind of sold, and I don't think that they were maliciously instilled in you know the daughters. They thought it was right, and many friends, my personal friends and family members, have also started to wake up to wait. Maybe being a 45-year-old CEO, I'm still alone and I don't have a family, and it didn't fulfill me. So
well, and you know what is so many of my friends too did the waiting and then finally decided in their mid to late 30s, okay, now I think I am ready to have a family. And then you experience a lot of times fertility issues with that, with the waiting, and you put career first and everything. And that's just a huge struggle, I think, too. And so a lot of people are waking up to the fact like, oh, I really I wish that I would have tried to do this sooner. And I think that's something too that's been an eye-opener for people. Plus, the fact that, and I talk about this a lot on my shows, which is very controversial even with conservatives, but the fact that almost all of us were prescribed, if you're a millennial, we were all prescribed birth control, whether we were having sex or not in high school at 15 years old for no reason, just to regulate periods or acne or whatever, and then not knowing otherwise the side effects, and then being on that through our 30s, and then realizing, oh my goodness, this has impacted my fertility.
Women love money. Women love money. Women will leave a man they love for a man with money. Hundo.
No, that's not true.
But I never hear a man say, oh, her bag's brilliant. Oh, look at her bag. I hear a girl say he's got a nice watch, he's got a nice car, he's got a nice this, he's got a nice that. That is because they love money. A man don't care what car you drive. Facts. Do you know? A man will upgrade you. Facts.
That's an interesting point, actually. I've never thought about that. That is
man don't care what handbag you come. You can come with a private handbag. You can care.
It depends what position the man's in, though, because let me tell you, if the man's getting the bus, he cares that you've got a car. Like, he likes the fact that
if you haven't, he don't care, though. But if you're both on the bus, if you're both on the bus, she is trying to upgrade her Oyster card to a passenger seat. Hundo, before she even gets a driving test. Big facts, I'm telling you.
The difference between harassment and flirting is the bank account. And that's it for today on Sigma Traits. Make sure you hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and don't forget to ring that notification bell. Support this channel through membership. You can also support through PayPal, link in the description. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. See you all tomorrow.